Has anybody noticed that voice activated things just seem to be getting worse and worse? And I don't, is it just me? Because I haven't heard other people complaining about this. Like, for example, I used to be able to talk to Alexa in French and in English. Now, I had to set it up to do that, but I was able to give it commands in French, which was nice if I wanted to request a French song. Now, I wish that it would allow me to dynamically switch languages, but it's gotten worse since then. Supposedly they upgraded the system, but now it's strictly English all the time. Which, if it were just English, that might be okay, but it seems like it's gotten much. The main use case that I have for it, aside from asking for the weather or the time, is to request a song. And it is almost ridiculous how stubbornly it doesn't want to play the songs that I want to request. Now, I want to be clear. If I'm asking for an extremely popular song, it does just fine. If I say play More Than a Feeling by Boston or something like that, it's fine. But if I ask for an indie artist, it will try to tell me that I'm asking for the wrong song, or it'll just play a different song that has like one word in common. That is very frustrating. And I can be as clear as possible. Please play this song by this band, or this band, this song, and it has terrible inference. And it actually kind of pissed me off the other day because I could not have possibly asked more clearly for the song I wanted. This isn't one of those cases where I had one of the words wrong, which does happen sometimes. This time, every single word was right. And the damn device was gaslighting me. It's like, I think we have a case of mistaken identity. Clearly, you meant some song I've never heard of before in my life that doesn't share one single word with the title that I asked for by Drake. And look, I don't have anything against Drake, but I don't recall ever having heard a song by him that I liked. Maybe there was one and I forgot. That's possible. But he's certainly not somebody that I listen to. And like, what's with the gaslighting? This is like full on Dunning-Kruger. It's too stupid to know that it's stupid while calling me stupid. And that is some bullshit. And so I took in my car for a service, and they updated the computer system. I don't even know where the voice activation lives. I assume it's the onboard computer on the telephone. I thought it was routed through my Android phone. I don't really know how it works. But what I know is that I took it to the shop, and when they gave it back to me, everything is worse. Now, the voice activation in my car, my primary use case for that is sending text messages and requesting songs, and or making calls. I'll say, call and then the name of my aunt. And it started spelling the name of my aunt wrong. So I would assume that it would use some kind of fuzzy matching. It used to do that. Nope. No, it just doesn't work. One letter wrong, it doesn't work. So I tell it to call my friend, and it spells it just radically wrong. It says Natalia. Yeah, that's not her name. Yeah, I'm not surprised that you can't find a Natalia. However, that's not what I said. And it just keeps being as annoying as possible. But these things used to work. That's the thing. I would ask it to call somebody. It might initially spell it wrong, and then it'd say, okay, well, who did he probably mean? So in a way, it seems like it's doing exactly the opposite of what the Alexa device is doing. The Alexa device sends it through inference, it gets super blurry, and then it just throws me back some random popular bullshit because apparently the concept of playing indie artists or dark cabaret or, rare tracks is just completely unheard of. And then, in the case of my car, it'll send it through the ARS system, get a misspelling back, and then apparently use some sort of deterministic search, which then fails because there isn't even the most basic of fuzzy matching. Now, sometimes I can work around things, sometimes I can't. In my car, I requested it call somebody by their last name. I used to be able to ask for Nani. That's my mom's nickname, and it used to work. It would spell it wrong, but then it would figure it out. It was Nani. That's not how we spell it, but it would go figure it out. Now it just nope, can't, nothing I can do. So it's like, oh my god, driving me insane. And part of the frustrating thing is that I listen to a lot of foreign music, and there's almost no way to request a specific song, in a different language. You can try to spell it, and it seems like that used to work, but it stopped working. Or I don't know, maybe I'm spelling things wrong or something. Yeah, so it interferes with my ability to request and play music, and it makes me want to use other devices other than what's available. And I know that there are advanced speech technologies available which can understand, I mean, not literally every language, but certainly every language that I've heard of, every common language. Like, I can address ChatGPT in any language that I know how to speak, and it usually understands me. I mean, maybe sometimes it's incomprehensible, but that's on me. At least it's trying. Whereas everything where I want an on-demand voice system is getting worse, and I guess it's just enshittification. But they never call it a downgrade. It's always, oh, we've upgraded the system. And then it's just everything is worse. And I think that they are trying to make it smarter, but they're doing it at the cost of the actual functionality that I care about. And it was kind of funny because I was trying to complain to my friend, the same one whose name gets changed to Natalia, and say, it's really annoying that they updated the system. And then she's telling me, oh, I like that I can now ask for the weather or ask for sunset or ask for arithmetic problems. And I'm like, I mean, that's fine, but I don't understand why they didn't make sure that the basic functionality didn't degrade. It's like, okay, I feel like most LLMs, even lower powered ones, if you gave them a misspelled entry, they would correct it. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's something super low end like Gamma 3 or something. I haven't played around with that. I guess I could fire up Oolong. No, I don't care. I want to complain. I don't want to diagnose. I don't want to figure it out. I don't want to solve the problem. I would like it to improve, but the improvement isn't going to come from me. It's going to come from other people. So for now, this is what I'm doing. I'm bitching because shit doesn't work. It's the future and things are supposed to be better, and a lot of things are worse. And I used to just be able to log in, and if music were playing on one of my devices, like my Alexa device, I could fire up my Spotify app, and I could say, okay, it's playing there, change it to this song, which is a great way to work around an inability to search for like a foreign language song. And I don't know if it's because I switched to Apple Music or if it's because they changed how the interface works, but I can't do that anymore. And you know what? That might be a difference in the service. So, maybe it's not fair to put that on the Alexa device, but it is one more frustration. The device is in my house with a microphone listening because I want my life to be simpler, because I want the device to work. And instead, it's doing the opposite of working. It's making my life harder, and it's limiting my choices. And that is just really annoying. I don't know if this is because the backend server is misconfigured or how apps are written, but I'm supposed to be able to turn off the lights using smart devices. And this is the funny thing is it actually does work, but then I get the message that, oh, the light doesn't support this feature after it's turned off the light. And at first for a little while it was funny. I'm like, oh, didn't work, huh? As the light is turning off. But now it's just annoying and nobody's fixing it and nothing is improving. Like, where is all this progress? Where is the progress going? And I guess it's going into developing the latest LLMs, but those aren't available to me. I don't get to use the latest LLMs. I gotta use whatever shit is being forced on me.